Hey, how's everybody doing? Um, so I know that my I'm gonna turn on the volume on this a little bit. I don't know how loud it is for you guys, but it's pretty loud on my end. Um, I know it still says that I'm playing Wario World for some reason, um, but it's not what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup animation. But for some reason, Twitch isn't letting me change it. I tried changing it a couple times. I think I might have messed up by trying to change it after I started my stream. So hopefully the Twitch police doesn't come over here and smack my bum and tell me to shut down the stream for mislabeling it. Hey Ninja Muffin, how's it going? Well, we'll see if I can stay semi-entertaining uh, while doing some cleanup. Should be possible to change the titles after the stream. I've done it before, but like half the time it doesn't seem to work. For some weird reason. Like it happened to me. Well, it's happening to me now, but oh, wait, there it goes. It changed. The title changed, but it didn't change what I was playing. Maybe if I try again. At least it says that I'm streaming animation now, so. Oh, let me change it to creative. Well, I'm no longer a liar, so. I've got that going for me. I figured a nice middle ground, since I'm not going to be streaming Wario World tonight. I'm just going to play some Wario music as background music. So if anybody tunes in that didn't want me to be streaming art, they can just close their eyes and pretend I'm playing some sort of Wario game. Just, you know, go in your room, turn off the light, close your eyes and do a bunch of Wario sounds. And it'll be just this. It'll be the same, and I'm sure your parents will find it, you know, appropriately normal. But as I was saying, I'm gonna try to see if I can at least be mildly entertaining while doing this. Not that I'm generally entertaining by any means, but I find that with animation, I tend to get quieter sometimes because I get really focused, and then I forget to talk, or I'll talk a bunch and then I'll just move symbols around and not do anything. So I'm gonna hopefully find some sort of middle ground. This part here might be a little extra boring though, because I'm basically just kind of copying an arm over, but I kind of have to be. Shit, I copied it in the wrong spot. It's already starting that I'm distracting myself. So yeah, I've already cleaned up the left arm, so like everything for this piece of the run is done for the arm, so I'm just kind of copy pasting it over, which is just kind of a tedious thing. That should be this one. Yeah. That baby's ugly. Oh, I forgot I have that dancing baby on. I the first ever meme. I wonder if whoever made it like knew that. I mean, they clearly didn't know, but like it's kind of crazy that this like ugly baby render from like 1999, 2002 is like just kind of an iconic meme. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it too far tonight, but I'm hoping I can at least finish cleaning up maybe the torso. Cleaning up, I find, is both the most annoying, but also kind of the most rewarding part of animation. Because it's kind of long and tedious, but I mean at the same time it's not too difficult. It can be pretty chill, but it is fairly tedious and it can take a while. But once it's done, it's kind of nice to get to see those rough drawings like all nice and cool looking. Can you do those moves? The baby's moves or No Man's moves? Because I don't know if I can do the baby's move. He's like doing the all the single ladies twist before that was even a thing. I think whoever animated that baby should sue Beyonce. Man, Flash has gotten like exponentially more slow all of a sudden. I'm wondering if it's because I'm streaming. I'm finding that Flash CS6 is a little finicky too, as most versions of Flash are. Yeah, got it. It goes right into a crawl when I double click inside a symbol. It's never been this slow before, though. Like, I'm thinking there might be something else going on. It might just be one of those times where Flash decides to be quirky and not work properly. I like CS6 is okay. I like Animate better, but I also don't want to get an Animate subscription because I have like this fully paid for version of Flash that I never have to worry about paying money for again. Yeah, I got those arms done. A little bit of slowdown. Look at him go. I don't think I've ever heard of Open Tunes. Is it similar to Flash? Or is it more like Toon Boom? I was actually going to use Toon Boom for this at first because I thought I'd get like a subscription for a couple months because you can get like tiers that are like somewhere between like 20 and 50 bucks a month, which is you know, pretty decent price for Toon Boom. Toon Boom is like a really good animation software. But basically any features that Toon Boom has that makes it better than Flash are locked away a bit behind like the $200 a month version. Huh. I didn't know that's what it was called. Toon Boom is a lot like Flash, but it's just... it has a lot more, I guess, like, it works a bit better, and it's just... you don't have to go, like, click through symbols and stuff. Like, everything is selectable, and there's a lot of... you can do, like, weird things with nodes and stuff like that. Like, it almost feels like it's more set up like a 3D software where you have like this, like the crazy sort of like web of nodes to do a bunch of stuff, and like it. But once you get a hang of it, it's pretty simple to use. All right, gonna get to sculpting the chest. I guess for me, like my favorite thing about Toon Boom actually is that like Toon Boom is basically laid kind of like this is inside of NoMan right now, where there's all these layers for all of this different piece, except you can like peg them. So then, like if you click the top peg, you can move like all of them at once. Like you just move the symbol on the outside. But forget where I was going with that. But yeah, like if you're saying it's a little similar to Toon Boom, I actually have to check it out, especially since it's free. Yeah, she did. Amanda did a little bit of animation on a couple of my animations, and she also did some voice acting. She actually voices a character in this episode. Man, listening to this music is making me want to stream Wario Land Shake It now. I think my game-wise, my my channel might just be like the Wario streaming station. I get into like these kicks sometimes where I want to play through like an entire series. I generally don't get to go that far into them, but it's just like there's like times where there's like a game series that comes to mind, and like all I can think of playing is that. Like a couple summers ago, it was Metal Gear. I actually ended up buying. I had a copy of Metal Gear Solid 2 on the Xbox that for some reason doesn't work on 360, so I ended up buying like an original Xbox just to play it. Oh man, I'm kind of sad I missed that jam. How long ago was that? I haven't been participating in as many jams and like collabs as I would like to, just because my time for like my personal time for like animation and recreation is pretty thin right now. Yeah, I must have missed it. 2 years ago wasn't quite as active. No, 2 years ago were the first summer jams, I think. Yeah, I completely missed that. Well, we participated in, we did art on Pixel Day, but I don't think there was a. I can't remember if there was a Pixel Jam or not. I wish I had a 3DS capture card, because I'm pretty pumped for the new WarioWare game coming out next week, and I would totally stream that. I still remember when WarioWare Twisted came out, and there was like this controversy where if you played Ashley's theme on the there's like a little music player in it, you can like speed it up, and some people were saying if you speed it up just right, you can hear her say "I grant children to hell," which is such a ridiculous stretch. Like, I mean, you can kind of hear it, but it's obviously not intentional. Confirmed Nintendo hates children. I mean, based on some of the stuff I've seen in my last couple Wario streams, I wouldn't be surprised. They seem to have, like... They seem to take a special joy into, like, making some of their game look really colorful and cutesy, and then, like, throwing in just the creepiest things in there. When you least expect it, they just throw, like, demon babies at you. Holy crap, there's something going on outside. Like a fire truck and a cop car speeding by. It's the Twitch police. It's because I had my stream listed as me streaming Wario earlier. And they've caught on. I didn't change it fast enough. I knew the risks when I started using Dolphin. I knew the Nintendo ninjas would come for me someday. Oh, now there's a helicopter. This is like, so far from all my week of streaming, this has been like the noisiest night. Just like every loud vehicle, every loud service vehicle is going nuts outside at the same time. Because I paid for Flash. They found it suspect that somebody would actually pay for Flash. Yeah, I mean, it would raise red flags if I saw someone that was willing to pay for an animation software, but then was like also willing to pirate games he already owns. There is a version of Flash that is free though, but it's like an ancient, it's like CS2 or something, which I definitely don't enjoy using so much, but it's been useful in the past. Back in my days when I used to work from home. There were times like 4 years ago where I briefly worked from home, and they were just the version of Flash that was being used for that project was like a couple lower than what I had, so I needed to use like the crappy CS2 version. I'm guessing like most of the old like Macromedia Flash versions aren't like super scrutinized. I remember when I was a kid, like really wanting to do like Flash animation on Newgrounds, but I was too dumb to figure out how to pirate it. So like 2 or 3 summers in a row, I took like the same Flash course at like the local community college when I was like 11, 12, 13. And like I didn't learn anything after the second year, but I got to use Flash, which is all I really wanted to do. Yes. Man, I wish I knew about that exploit when I was younger. I've had a free week of the newest version of Adobe for 2 years. That's it's kind of like Winamp. When I used to use Winamp, I think, like at one point I had something like 4 or 5 years of the trial expired. It just took like really long whenever I loaded the program up for it to like, because it would like count down all of the days that the trial is expired, but then it would still let you use it. Thank God for 7-zip. Really? I wonder if it's like if it loads faster just because it's not like bloated with like a bunch of like checks or something. Like it maybe it's not like constantly trying to check back to like the Adobe servers. I read like, and it might not be true at all, so don't quote me on that, but I don't remember where I read it, but I saw something on the internet where I guess like Adobe is either offering or considering offering some sort of like discount for people who trade their like their permanent licenses for like subscriptions. which I think is like pretty fucked up, honestly. Where it's like, hey, do you want like slightly cheaper version of our new of our new Flash program? All you have to do is like trade this free, well, not free, but like resource you paid for, and we'll never have to pay for again. Cool. Let's see how that looks without the roughs in the back. What? There. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. There's like actually like it when I was looking at it earlier, it felt like it seemed a little like daunting in terms of like quantity of cleanup I'd have to do, but like
The crime.
yeah, there's actually like a lot of repeating stuff in it, so like I pretty much just have kind of this section. Wait a minute. I feel like I'm missing some roughs in there. Okay, no, they're there. Yeah, for some reason I thought I was missing some roughs, but I forgot. I just didn't clean the arms because it's kind of a simple up and down. Yeah, it looks daunting to look like. It's kind of daunting to look at, but it's literally just 2 cycles and like one like quick bit of animation here. You're actually making me pretty interested in looking up Open Tunes. because like I thought it was a lot more like traditional. Like I didn't think you could have like layers and stuff like that. Like at least like traditional like Flash type layers. But if it's like anywhere close to Toon Boom, that might be an option to consider for like my future projects. Because like yeah, that's like there are things about Flash that are just too slow. I find like if I want to go back and look at my roughs, unless I copy paste them in here, I have to like go back like um, two sets of symbols, and then I have to make sure everything is always lined up, like synced up across the board. Otherwise, sometimes you get like weird glitches that happen. Traditional animation would be something kind of fun to do. I wish I had the room to have like the setup for it, just to like I don't think I would want to switch to doing that for everything. But I haven't done any traditional animation since college, and that would definitely be something fun to try to do, like even just short little things. Man, I actually forgot I cleaned up. I finished cleaning the head. That's actually kind of a nice surprise that I forgot that I did more work than I thought I did. So I might actually not be that far off from, like definitely not tonight, but I think like 2 or 3 more sessions with this scene and I should be able to get it done. Flash to open tunes tutorial. Man, that's a pretty awesome idea actually. If you ever end up doing it, just send me a link because I would definitely be interested. Haven't figured out the symbol movie clip equivalent fully yet. Is it is it pretty like does it function kind of similarly or is it pretty different from Flash? Yeah, the symbol stuff.
I'd say no.
Hey Jeff. Yeah, Wario's gone through some cosmetic surgery. You say it was iffy to use? I feel like that would probably be my number one thing I think I would want uh like for an animation program, like because I could clean up like stuff traditionally in Flash, but I just find it's kind of hard and to keep it consistent. Like it gets a little messy, and it's so much easier to clean up individual parts. At least I find. But I feel like because you were saying it was a Studio Ghibli uh, software, like I have a feeling they definitely lean heavily on like more full traditional like pipeline in terms of like traditionally like animating it and um, like cleaning it up as opposed to like making it into symbols. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Bitmap brushes. Are they all bitmap, or is there like is there a mix of like, can you do vector brush? Uh, Like, can you choose between the two? I guess I should say. Oh, nice. That's actually pretty sweet that they let you switch on the fly, or at least like pick between the two. Like, I feel like I would like Photoshop a lot more if it had a better vector setting. Nice. I'm glad that it's still being kind of updated and refined. Like it's so kind of unusual that they're making it free and still supporting it, but it's pretty cool. Oh wow, how was the timeline before? Speaking of timeline actually, and finally, the most infuriating thing for me is that not until like the recent version of Animate have they like put in an option to like actually lock your work stage. Like I always end up when I work here at home like dragging my timeline by accident like all over the place. So when I started using Animate, it just like blew my mind that it took them that long to actually add that feature in there. That sounds a little bit like yeah, vertical with a big frame size reminds me a little bit of God, I can't remember what it was called. There was an animation software we used in college that was like 100% just made for like scanning and cleaning like traditional animation, but I found it always pretty clunky. And I haven't thought about that program in years, and now it's kind of bugging me because I can't remember what it was called. I don't know if Jeff's still in the chat, but he might know because he went to college with me. But it's what we use to like scan and import, like do like pencil tests and stuff. But like eventually, once the teacher just said that it was fine to use like Flash for cleanup, like I just completely went full Flash. Ah, shit. I finally got the white screen of death. Oh, sweet. I'm never, like, you're never sure when that screen pops up whether or not Flash is ever gonna come back. Like, I find that more often than none, when, like, the screen whites out, that's it. The Flash gods have been merciful. They aren't often, but once in a while they show their mercy on one poor animator. Oh, sweet.
So it only took them 2 years to release the English manual for it. I mean, I guess I can't. You can't be too mad about it considering the fact that they're like giving it for free. So they probably had to like fully translate it from scratch. I think I'm gonna do like one more tiny piece of like quote unquote cleanup and probably call it a night. Yeah, I definitely need my beauty sleep. I mean, you know what I look like. I probably could use a couple of weeks of sleep. So I can get real beautiful. I'll kind of goof that up. What's spindle? Oh, a spindle. I'm gonna look like a total goof and admit that I'm not 100% sure what a spindle is. Slender rod with tapered ends used in hand spinning or twist. No, I don't have a spindle. I might be like a little too out of it to Oh, geez. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm starting to get a little too tired, I think. Well, a little tired and like I had to turn off the fan to stream and it's pretty warm outside. And my office is slowly starting to turn into like a convection oven. Yeah. That might be a sign that I should call it quits for tonight. Alright, well, I think that's enough progress for me. It's getting really warm in here, and I'm starting to get real sleepy. But thank you guys for joining me for some animation cleanup. And I'm not going to be streaming this weekend. Probably will stream again next week at some point. Do a little bit more Wario. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope you guys have a good night. Hope you guys have a good weekend. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.